Hi everyone, welcome to Piano Think. Today I thought I would escape out of my office for a few minutes to focus on an important question and its answer. And I often like to ask my students, what is the most important thing in music? And understandably, they say things like expression or melody or harmony. And these are all important things, but I don't think they're actually the most important thing in music. I think the most important element in all of music, because it's foundational for everything else, is rhythm. Yes, rhythm. Now just think of rhythm in your life. Everything in your existence is dictated by rhythm. We've got ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. We have our breathing. And if those things change in their patterns, you could be very, very ill. Think of like the sun rising and sun setting. Everything is determined around these, or the seasons. These are very rhythmical things. I like to imagine that when cavemen first decided to make music, I'm sure they didn't sing three-part harmony. What they did was they beat on drums, something very primal and rhythmic. Now, why is this the most important thing in music? Because how you manipulate time is how you're actually going to manipulate your audience. And I find that a lot of younger students, they use rubato, and sometimes their motto, they feel like the more rubato, the better. And I think rubato is a very important currency, but it's something I want to spend very wisely at the right time for maximum effect. So my kind of motto with my students is I will say, okay, say it first in color, meaning dynamics, nuance, but then say it in time second. But if they say it first in time and then rubato, it's not going to work as well because they will have spent that currency very quickly. And how you pace your manipulation of time is going to affect how you can pace the manipulation of the audience. Here's a great story that I like to illustrate in terms of pacing. Supposedly in the movie Jaws, Steven Spielberg realized, what's the scariest thing about a shark? The scariest thing about a shark is you can't see it, right? It could be there, it might not be there. So he realized that if he didn't show the shark too often, it would build tension. So supposedly what he did in making this movie, and if he's watching, maybe he can correct me, but supposedly he decided he would show the shark within about a 40-minute mark. Then he would show the shark again at about the 80-minute mark, and then he would show the shark a lot at the end. And by not showing it prematurely, he's built suspense and tension. Now, when I want to take time, I want to use that currency very wisely, but I don't want to spend it prematurely. One of my favorite pianists of all time, and someone who could almost be the soundtrack to my life, is the pianist Glenn Gould. And one reason why he is so viscerally satisfying to listen to is because his sense of time and rhythm is unbelievable. One of my earlier teachers told me about the time he first heard Glenn Gould for the very first time on his car radio in the late 1950s. He said he was driving and he about crashed his car. He could not believe the sense of rhythm that Glenn Gould had, and in addition to his ability to manipulate time. There's something that strikes us in a very almost primordial way when we hear that drive and that sense of pulse. Work on your rhythm, which is the most foundational part of your playing, and everything else will hinge upon that.